Good afternoon, everyone. It's Janet McNally from Life Playground Coaching here, welcoming you to week 2 of our Caravan of Courage update with David Hall and Richard Denny. Hi, guys, and welcome.
Hey, how are you? Hey, everyone.
Good to see you both looking healthy. I hear. Well, you've been telling me how much you've been got a nice routine going in terms of exercising and hitting the beaches and getting out on your bikes.
Yeah, well, he's half my age, so he's pushing me pretty hard at the moment on the beaches.
Yeah, trying to get him up to speed, get him finally toned.
The problem we've got is trying to keep the weight on, because if you want to lose weight, here's a tip for you. This is not the tip of the day, by the way, but if you want to lose weight, go on a Caravan of Courage.
Yeah. I love it.
Kilos.
I love it. So, guys, where are you at today?
Well, what we did was we were at Newcastle at Stockton on the beach there, and because we're on the tour now going up the beach and up the north coast, and we decided that we had a couple of days spare, that we'd jump in the car, come back home. So we're actually home now in Sydney, just for one night only, have a meal with our families, catch up with our children, and I was missing my family, and Richard was missing his wife, so just one night at home, then we're back up to Newcastle, and then we're off again. Yeah.
Fantastic. Tell us about the week. How was it? Where did you go? Who did you meet? What was going on in these towns?
We had a ball. The regional towns that we went to, the Bathurst, Orange, Dubbo, and Tamworth, were just unbelievable. We felt quite sad leaving those areas, because it was just this wonderful feeling of warmth towards us.
Yeah, we were blown away by how welcoming those places were, and I would have liked to have spent some more time in there. I'm just looking forward to going back there. It'd be great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They were lovely. Yeah, and that's not to say that where we are, but it just seems that everybody is the same as far as the warmth they're giving towards us.
Yeah.
And encouragement.
That's really lovely to hear. So people are appreciating what you guys are doing in terms of going to their towns and their cities to visit them and share your knowledge.
Yeah, that's right. Look, the media is the biggest thing that's a massive surprise to us. We've got major radio stations like 4BC. Twice now they've given us airtime, up to 15 minutes of free airtime to promote our Caravan of Courage, which is wonderful.
Well, I think that's clearly due. It's like why I'm wanting to be part of this journey with you guys as well. It is courage. It's taken a lot of courage. You guys are going out there, you are leaving your families, and you're going out to help other people, and at no charge, at no cost. You're giving yourselves, and I think that's a good news story. I think people are interested in hearing those type of stories of, let's call it, everyday Aussies getting out there and trying to make a difference. Well, guys, we just had a Skype gremlin go on there, so welcome back, guys. We had just mentioned that they had come from Newcastle tonight, and they're in Sydney for the next day, and they've been listening, obviously getting feedback on what the people are saying. David, Richard, has your tip of the week this week. Anything related to what you heard on tour?
Yeah, it definitely is. We're learning so much along the way that we want to bring these tips back to your clients and to your friends that are listening.
Yeah.
And today we want to talk about maximising the client. And maximising the client means it's getting the most value out of the client and the most spend out of the client without actually screwing them at the same time. So the way we look at it is, when you send out a marketing piece, such as a newsletter, a sales letter, website, whatever it might be, or just an ad in the newspaper, the result of that is to get clients to come to your door or use your products and services. Now, wouldn't it make sense at that point, when you're selling them one thing, that you might want to offer them another thing at the same time? Thus, that would bring down the cost of actually acquiring that customer in the first place. It's maximising the client. Now, an example of this would be the upsell. Yeah. So what you could do, let's just take an example. You have a shop front and you sell a piece of clothing. So somebody comes in and acquires maybe a top of some kind. There might be a pair of shorts or a pair of pants that might go with that particular item. You would be doing the client a disfavour or a disservice, if you like, if you didn't ask them, would they like to buy this other piece of clothing while they're here? Now, you could do that by offering them a slight discount on that particular second piece item, because the cost of acquiring that customer has already been taken up in the first sale. So people don't recognise this a lot, that you're actually, if you look at the client, they actually want you to do more for them at the point of sale. And Richard's got a fantastic way he does that in his business.
The way, initially I was actually, I was scared of doing it. I thought, I don't want to come across as a pushy salesperson. I actually resisted from doing it for years. And then one day I sort of looked and I thought, I've got to flip this whole thing on its head. And I've actually got to get into my client's shoes and think about them. And what I decided to do was to imagine that I was in the client's shoes and what benefits can I see for them in the future that they would benefit from. And I'm sort of like I'm wired in. I've got this radar which is just constantly looking for opportunities. I'm always thinking what will benefit the client the most. And I'm the advisor. I'm the one who has got the information and they don't actually know yet. So it's my duty to tell them about that. And as a result, I make more money and the client gets more benefit.
It is. It becomes your duty or your responsibility to make sure that the client gets full value from your service or products. And that's when you need to maximise.
I love that, because I myself will admit that that's something that I would have had problems with in the past. More particularly coming from my internet marketing experience, where they won't let you leave a page unless you click this and this. So in an online example, the upsell app, you just want to, put a bullet through your head. You know what I mean? It's like, please don't keep me staying on this page 17 times. But your example in terms of that retail example is really, really true. And I think we could also take that example of the upsell with services as well. So let's go in and do a workshop for a day, but hey, we've got all these other things that we can cover that will make it a 2-day, and for 2 days it will come with a 10% reduction in overall price rather than 2 separate days. You can literally apply this kind of upsell and maximizing your cost of sale, apply to literally anything. I love that.
Yeah. It's the same across any industry. We've noticed in all industries that if you give the client that maximised service on your products and service, they're going to come back time and time again because they're getting what they want. And isn't this about giving the client what they want? That's how business grows.
And also, I think what a lot of clients don't take into account, and you may be covering this in May, but I'll touch on it, and it's important in my industry, is lifetime client.
You hit the mark.
Yeah.
You've got to have the lifetime value of the client. It's so hard to get clients these days, but why wouldn't you just try and keep them for life? We do touch on this in May, the May event,
right.
May 26 and 27, we actually go right into this.
Yeah.
So it's all about the client.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that because, yet again, particularly reflecting back, to my industry, the multiples of somebody sharing a good story versus the absolute carnage of somebody sharing a bad story can be really frightening.
Right, that's right. Look, to finish up on this point, whenever you're doing upsell or maximisation, you really must take into account the value that you're giving to the client.
Yeah.
It's all about that value. If you're not giving them extra value, then you're not doing them a service.
Absolutely.
Really keep that in mind.
So I think that's the great message this week. It's value, value, value people. It's not about I'm getting more money in. It's actually about the value you want to give that person and then their user experience, their client experience of engaging you and working with you.
Exactly right.
I love it. Gentlemen, where are you off to the coming week?
I believe the next off is we've got one on Cardiff on Saturday. We're going to be visiting Cardiff, and then from there we start heading up the coast. So we've got Taree, and then Port Macquarie, and then Coffs Harbour, Grafton, Ballina, and then we head into Queensland. So
it's awesome. Still we're not even halfway through yet.
We're 2 weeks into it now, and we've got another 4 weeks to go.
So we couldn't resist it any longer. We were so close to Sydney. I think it was 100 and something kilometres from Sydney. We're in. Let's go. We left the caravan. We well left the caravan as it is. Listen to this. This is a funny story. We had to put clothes out all over the place and thongs laying around so it looked like we were still there because we don't know whether the van's going to be still there when we get back.
So people in Newcastle that are watching this today, go outside. You might get yourself a bargain or two, some boardies or maybe a surfboard or even a bike hanging outside at what looks like an unused caravan. Well, gentlemen.
Spray painted with a caravan of carnage.
Gentlemen, thank you very, very much for your time today. Enjoy these precious moments with your family. Look forward to checking in next week. And, brilliant work on the Caravan of Courage.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.